Hey guys, it's me, Gabriel, here of the Wolf Pack, and your young healer, coming to you with that morning boost. And so it's about we are God's will. And more than that, our will is God's. So I think a lot of times we feel like we've defiled, broken God's law, kind of wandered away from His will, and most importantly, I feel like we've interposed a second will that's more powerful than His. Because surely, we can do the impossible. We can somehow go against the will of God. That just doesn't even. That's not even just. It's not just as it were, a bad idea. It's also not possible if you really think about it. Especially if we go from the notion that we are created by God, you know? Now I know the whole dynamic of free will and all that jazz. But still, like, to think if God's will is all in all and nothing can defy it because it is all in all, it's all encompassing, then the fact that we could somehow defy that and say, I'm not going to then follow that, seems crazy. I think it's a misunderstanding. It's just us wandering off. But we never really left to begin with. See, if we are God's will, we surely should have what happened is we came from Him. So if we come from Him, then we must be like Him. And if we're like Him, what could change that, man? And if we're like Him, then all these things that make us try to think that we're somehow separated from God, we don't have to admit them. We don't have to admit them into our heart. And furthermore, this helps in the healing process because what it does is it allows us to then separate ourselves from the ego thoughts that would have us believe that we have done this horrible thing, and that we have somehow separated ourselves from God. I feel the separation in a lot of ways is the lie that we've imposed upon ourselves to make us believe that we have somehow separated ourselves from God. But in fact, we never have. Because that's why it's so wonderful that that's not the case. Because now we can recognize that, because our will is one with God, that we are safe, we're untroubled and serene, and we can have that endless joy. Because He wills it to be so. See, I feel like this also helps us reconcile with the essence of temptation, because it's like, why do we go and get baffled by temptation when it's like, you've gone through it time and time again, and maybe this is on another topic, but we'll roll with it. But we get baffled by it, we get tripped up by it, and I'm like, I know, and there comes a time where that it's, I know what you're up to. Why don't entertain that notion of what the ego is about. And I don't know, for some reason it's just kind of like, I know you seem tempting, but just be willing to let it go. Willing to let that other thought that would have you believe that you are separate from God, to be willing to let that go and to just follow that will of God. Not because you're dealing with some sense of sacrifice by following God's will, but that you're coming into your fullness of who you are. And that's really fun. That's really easy and cool. And it's exciting. So, hope this has helped. And from here, at the Wolf Pack, to you, we wish you well. Godspeed. Peace, friends.